Let's talk about first impressions. They form in seconds but always leave a lasting mark. But why is that? Well, here's how it works. They shape how others perceive and interact with us. Whether it's a job interview, a first date, or meeting new people. These initial moments can set the tone for everything that follows. But what if you could master the art of making exceptional first impressions by becoming unforgettable? When you meet someone for the first time, how much is the way they look play into what you think of them? What about the way they dress, their hair, maybe the way they smell and how they talk? The truth is, this is all easy to solve. Honestly though, this is really important, and it all starts with self-presentation. This is crucial in today's society, and I'm sure it's been like this for years, because people have a perception of us before they ever talk to us or even interact. It's a huge component of mastering the art of first impressions, and the good news is that it's really easy to improve if you just put a little effort into it. I recommend to start working on your hygiene first, because this is something that you should be doing anyway, to be honest, and it doesn't take too long to fix. It's simple things that you can just start today. Make sure that you're intentional when you brush your teeth. Other than that, just make sure you bath regularly, and make sure that you carefully pick out your colognes and your perfumes, whatever it is, your deodorants that you use to smell good, and you should be fine. If you're already doing these things, then great. This is gonna make it easier for you when you move on to the next step. Now, if you're not, make sure you start implementing these steps today, and you will notice the immense transformation that it makes on your life. Just these little things are going to impact the way people treat you and the way people behave around you. And when you combine these with the next steps, people are just going to naturally be more drawn to you after you make that good first impression. The next thing you can do is learn to dress better. Now, this doesn't mean to buy any expensive clothes or even buy clothes at all. Let me explain. So, when I was in freshman year, I kind of became more conscious of myself. That's when I started working out. And it kind of caused me to stop wearing hoodies and sweatshirts for some reason. And I think it's because the way they fit me, they made me look skinnier, they were kind of baggy, and it was just awkward for me to wear them. So for a while I just kept wearing tighter t-shirts, make sure that I look a little stronger. And that's just the way I like to dress. It made me feel more comfortable and confident. And that was until I found this one hoodie that I just thought fit me pretty well. And it just made me feel good. It made me feel stronger, to be honest. I think it just fit well on my shoulders, and I was just more confident. Eventually, I started wearing this hoodie more and more. And what happened was, it was actually my brother's hoodie. And he got mad at me because he wanted to wear it also. And I wore it every other day. So we ended up fighting, and eventually I let him wear it. And that kind of led up to me having to wear something else. And when I did that, I tried out my old sweatshirts. And I realized that they just all started fitting me better. And that was just wonderful. I started wearing those also, and I didn't even care about that hoodie that I thought was so good just before that. And the reason for that is because my body was just stronger. It was wider. And this is both for men and women, girls and boys. When you work out, your body's just gonna look better and more attractive. So your clothes are going to fit you better. And even the clothes that you used to hate, you're gonna start loving because of how good they fit you. And this is going to help your first impression a lot, to be honest. Before people talk to you, they see you, your face, your hair, and your body. That's all they see. So you gotta make sure you work to make that the best possible. Not to mention that people are just going to respect you more when you have bigger muscles or you're not as fat. It's just going to help your clothes fit you better, and that's gonna help your style a lot. So now, after you do that, the next thing I'll do is learn about color combinations and understand what looks good from your clothes. And then once you do that, I want you to mix around and play around with your clothes. Something like this on the screen right now. And as a bonus, always just think of your outfits ahead of time. I cannot emphasize this one enough. If you're anything like me, you know that feeling when you're just about to leave your house, so you grab something real quick, and then after you leave, you realize how bad it looks. And you're just so self-conscious the entire day, and you're just not confident because you're not happy with the things that you're wearing. And that's something that's really easy to avoid. Just before you go to sleep, Put all your clothes by your bed, on the desk, by the door, wherever you want to put it. Just have it organized. This is going to help you avoid leaving your house with a bad outfit, which is going to make you less confident, which is the opposite of what we want to achieve. Now, it doesn't matter how well you dress if you can't get this next part right. It will literally make or break your first impressions. One of the biggest parts of almost every interaction is speaking, and that's why it's essential that you work on your communication skills. Next time when you meet someone new, I want you to, without any hesitation, go for that handshake, hug them, whatever it is that you need to do. And after that, don't be scared to initiate the conversation. Ask them for their name, introduce yourself, and just see how it goes from there. I used to always just kind of stand there and see what the other person does, and that would just always create such an awkward moment. And we just stare at each other, see what the other person is going to do, unless the other person was the one to take initiative. Now, I want you to be that person that takes initiative. Now, not only is that going to make you appear so much more confident, but you're gonna take that lead, and by doing that, you're preventing the situation from going down that awkward loop and going downhill. It's important that you hold eye contact while you do this. Eye contact is the universal sign that you're listening to someone. It's showing that you respect the person that's speaking and that you're paying attention to what they're saying. And then when you're talking, it shows that you're confident in what you're saying, and it will give you so much more respect from the people that are listening than if you just spoke like this. Because if you can't look at them straight in the eye, you'll come off as nervous, and who listens to someone who's not even sure of what they're actually saying, right? It just takes so much away from your authority. On top of that, general rule of thumb, always pay attention when somebody else is speaking. With their eye contact, nodding your head, showing them that you're listening and that you're interested in what they have to say. Try to ask them more questions to keep them talking rather than thinking of what you need to say. That way, you're forcing them to open up, to talk a little more, and they get to talk about the things they like to talk, if you're doing it right, obviously. And that's kind of gonna lead them to like you, because they're connecting the interaction with you when they got to speak about the things they love the most. And how can you not like that someone? This might seem like so much to focus on just for those first couple of seconds that you meet someone, so let's break it down a little bit. All I want you to focus on is your hygiene, your style, and communication. Now, keep in mind that this is not just for your first impression. If you follow everything that I said, it's going to just build up your confidence, and that will just carry to every different aspect of your life. So now click on this video to maximize your confidence.